Okay, so let's get started. Session is about how to keep the profits that we make while trading options. So many a time it happens that we are up 12,000 and then we expect that the option will go to another 50 points. So we hold on and suddenly the market reverses and all our profits gets turned into loss sometimes. I'm sure as any trader who has done options in the serious way would have experienced the same that I also have experienced. So my worst cases, I was up 8 lakhs and I ended the day at minus 2 lakhs. That was some years ago, but that was a terrible experience. So I've learned a lot of lessons from the market. So right now, and I'll show you my results also. How am I doing consistently making profits in option buying? And I'm not talking about option selling here. I'm not talking about equity here. This is purely options buying. Okay. So with that, I just want to make sure that all of us understand what is the content of this meeting. So I'm talking about intraday only. So this is not for positional trading, and this is applicable only to index, so not stock options. And this is, I'm not going to discuss techniques here, right? So I'm assuming that each of you have your own method that you use for trading, and this is only about how we can, what's the steps that we can take to make sure that we are profitable, consistently profitable. Okay. So this is my last 2 months. I didn't want to put all the actual figures here, but this is my 2 months consistent results for July and August. 30th August was yesterday. It was red. So I had 4 red days in August and only 1 red day in July. That's my best so far. 3 to 4 is usual. So what is the thing that is standing out for you when you look at this table? What does what stands out for you? Can send it in the chat window if you like. What are the inferences that you can take out of this table? Consistency is one, yes. What else? Yeah, very good point. Yes, exactly. So the important thing is, one is consistency, and second thing is irrespective of whether the Nifty is moving positive, negative, or sideways, buying options works. So that's the main takeaway that I have from this, right? If you, as Pawan said, if you look at the median of these number last 2 months, the average median is around 0.76. So 0.76 is the consistent uh, return that one can expect when plus or minus 0.76 is the return. So, but it doesn't matter whether it is 0.14 or 0.02, we still can do options buying and make money, right? So that is the essential takeaway. And people say option buying, you cannot make money, but option buying, you can make, provided you have understood how to trade and you have the patience to wait for the trade. So there are only three rules that I have, just three. First rule is that I am a trader, right? I see many people. I never. When I have done that mistake when I started out trying to trade options while working full time. It's not gonna work. And people are so adventurous. They try Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, Sensex, and all that. It's impossible to trade successfully if you're not in front of the screen. Right? That's the first thing. So get into options trading only if, and that too, options long intraday, only if you have the time, dedicated time. It could be 30 minutes, 1 hour. So those who join my live sessions know that we trade probably maximum 1.5 hours only. And sometimes we finish our trading between in that time. And sometimes we'll have positions, the intraday position that we just need to book profit or hit stop loss. So that's enough. So, but you need to spend that focused amount of time in front of the screen. Otherwise, you're going to miss uh, either taking profits at the right time or your stop loss at the right time. So, and as a trader, I must be immune to fear and greed, right? So these are the two aspects that determine a trader's success. You are fearful when you have taken a position that you cannot stomach. So let's say I'm buying 625 Nifty call option and my stop loss is 20 bucks, right? So if I hit stop loss, my loss is going to be upwards of 13,000. Now, am I okay with this loss? Right? That's first question. Second thing is, what is the risk reward that you're talking about? Right? If I am risking 13,000, am I getting at least 13,000 back or 26,000 back? Once you have those logically divided out and you are okay with that number, then stop loss could be different for different people, right? So you might have a 50-point stop loss, and then you can choose to reduce the number of options that you're buying so that the risk, everybody has got that number above which you are uncomfortable. You cannot, you go mad after that. So once you get into that number, which are, so let's say your number is 10,000. So anything above 10,000, you will see that your trading will not have any logic. You will chase all market moves up, you will chase all market moves down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and in the end, 50% capital gone at the end of the day. That's happened to me. I'm sure it has happened to many of you also. So this is where the feed and the greed quotient, greed I'll come to. Let's talk about fear now. So to be a fearless trader, we need to understand that it is a probability of a trade going your way is only 0.33, right? Because it could go sideways, then you're losing. It could go down, you're losing. So only if it goes up and big, then you make money as an option buyer, right? Or if you're a put, but anyway, the probability is 0.33. So with the 0.33 probability, what is the maximum amount I'm willing to lose, which will let me sleep peacefully, right? Whatever that amount is, your quantity should reflect that. So if you cannot stomach 1,000 rupees loss, don't trade more than one option. Do not trade more than one option. So we need to understand that when we get into that fear mode, there will not be any kind of logical sense that will get the better of it. So once we have that amount in our mind and we are disciplined enough to follow it, that's the first thing. So I ended my losing streak. This is way back. Uh, I started in For the first 5 years, I was in continuous loss. Then and I got advice with a friend, and what he told me really made a difference for me. So we used to trade together. There was only one rule we do: either make 5,000 or lose 5,000. In both cases, we stop for the day. So slowly that 5,000 became 10,000, and it started gradually increasing. So that's how, but that initial pivot to follow that discipline of 5,000, whether it's plus or minus, that made all the difference for me. So maybe that's something that you can use, or maybe other techniques that you can use, but it is about that amount that you can lose and still be okay with yourself. So that's the technique of how to conquer the fear. Now, greed. So every day on Twitter, we see a lot of people posting verified PNL or non-verified PNL with lakhs and lakhs and lakhs and lakhs. Right. So we need to understand that what we get from market is a function of your capital and a function of your skill, of course. That first of all, if you want 1 lakh profit, then you need to have 30 lakh capital. Right. So in option buying, of course, you can make the other way, but then you will also go bust the same way. Right. How many of you have made 2 lakhs and then lost 3 lakhs the next day? Think about that. That's because we are very, very greedy. We want to be super rich the next day, right? So it can happen. Sometimes it will happen. Sometimes the market will bless you, but it will not happen every day, right? On an average, even if you look back and see this data, there are only one, that's it. There's only, okay, two. So for making money, big money, we need a move upwards of 1.5%, right? That's simple logic. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, and 1.73. So there are only 3 days in 2 months, which allowed us to get that fabulous returns, right? So we need to have a system in place, a trading management system in place, which lets us take decent profits every day. And when such moves occur, we need to have some chips on the table, which will help us grow our capital. So first, just tell yourself that currently, year to date, this year 2024, till now, till yesterday in close, Nifty's return is 15%, 15 point something, 15%. So if you are able to make alpha of 5 or 10, that is beating the market, which several fund managers and 99% of traders fail to do every single year. So if you are able to make 25% on your capital at the end of the year, right, that is superb start. So think in terms of percentage return on your capital, right? So what I do is, one is, on some days when I'm not sure about where the market might go, if I take a position, I will come out at 12.5% profit, right? On days which I'm sure, I will come out at 50% profit. 50% I will book maybe half or even two-thirds of my position. And the last one-third or half, I will leave it for the big move that can come. And I will trail that set, that last position. So that way, I have, it's like market moves in my direction, even 10 to 12 points. depending on the option price. I am exiting some at 12.5% if I'm not sure. 25% also sometimes I exit. 50% is my golden rule. When the option premium increases by 50%, I am out half or two-thirds, depending on the day, right? And profit booking is the key to making the consistent returns that I showed you, right? Because once you have banked, then it is you have become much more confident trader, much more in your elements, and then if let's say till afternoon you have booked 50% and you see that the market is in a superb uptrend or downtrend, but it is going in a straight line, then you can initiate a second round of trade in the afternoon, right? The same rules. So, and Bank Nifty, you have to, if you're trading Bank Nifty, you have to absolutely book profit and re-enter. That's the only way. You cannot just buy and then sit till the end of the day. Because Bank Nifty, if you enter at 200, it can go to 500 and come back to 150, and then it will go to 600. So it's a crazy animal. So only way is to book profit. For me, I have defined as 12.5, 25, 50%. That's fine. And if we do that, for example, in anybody who has joined live and or has been observing the trades, we have made close to 400% in just these live sessions, right? Assuming that you have any capital, right? And you are deploying that capital fully, you have made 400%. So I'm not promising any returns and all that here, sorry, but I'm just giving an example. So, and some days we just sit and the whole 1 hour, 1.5 hour gets wasted, but there's nothing. We don't act till the market gives us the action. Why? Because option buying, the biggest story is rule number 2 is momentum. If you're a buyer of options, learn to spot momentum. Where can momentum come from? Direction is irrelevant. If we can find a momentum move, that is the best place to get in and get out. You can do sniper trading, you can do scalping, you can do whatever you want. This is the best thing that we do. So our aim is not to catch the top or the bottom. We don't care. Our aim is to catch momentum. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, you can keep posting them on the chat. Okay, I'll pick up during the session itself. Right. So whatever trading system you have, even if it is discretionary system, make sure you have rules, right? For when will you enter, when will you exit, right? So we only need that sweet piece of the pie. So yesterday's market was really ridiculous, but day before yesterday, there were 3 very good moves, one up, second one down, third one up. So if you had captured even one of those, you would have made very good money, right? And your aim is to only capture such moves. Could have easily got the first one, easily got the second one. Third one was difficult to catch on the expiry day. So a piece of the pie is the aim, right? Not the entire, if Bank Nifty has moved 1,000 points, we don't want 1,000 points. We need 200, 300 points in one go, and that's it. 3 15-minute candles, which are green or red, depending on which direction you're trading, or Marabosu type of candle, and you're done for the day. That's it, right? And wait for market to give you the signal to go trade. And if you're unsure, always reduce your position size. Sometimes you want to test the waters, so you just trade with 1 lot, 2 lot, whatever. Use your risk handling capacity and test the waters. And if then it goes well, we can always add, right? And when momentum comes, what I also do is I add to my position. So if there is a breakout, let's say it's moved from 40 to 52, and at 52 it gave me another signal, then I add one more lot there. I keep adding and I keep increasing my trading stop so that if it reverses, then I'm locked in. And if it continues that move, then I make a huge profit. So always trade in batches, right? So if you have 1 lakh capital, deploy it as 23, 33, 34, or 50, 25, 25, whatever, up to you. So instead of going in with the all capital at the first place. So third rule, it's all about the risk. So you must understand the risk reward. We discussed this already, and calculate max loss and be okay with taking the loss. A small trader, losing trader, beginning trader, strictly book half quantity at 1:1 risk reward. Don't bother about where the market goes, nothing, and then close your screen and go off, right? And rest time you can wait for your target, no problem. Keep the stop loss at your entry and then leave it there, right? You will see that 6 out of the 10 trades that you will do will end up like, you will have 1:1 risk reward. But then there will be 4 trades which you will have 1:300, 1:400 risk reward. That's only possible in options, right? When you buy something for 30 and it goes to 1,000, imagine the risk reward. So those trades will take care of increasing your capital. In the meanwhile, you're making consistent money by trading 1:1 risk reward and booking half quantity. So these are the 3 rules. Summarizing, I am a trader. I love you momentum, and I shall know and de-risk. So that's it. Questions? Can unmute yourself and ask. We have 8 more minutes remaining, but if you have questions, you can always mail me.